I'm just not going to promote you. John says he's not going to respect you. Oh my God. That's the worst thing on the face of the earth.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Great Comicsgate Kickstarter Kerfuffle. We must be getting close to another crowdfund launch by Mr. Van Sciver.
John, I came in here pissed. I'm on Twitter and I'm absolutely furious with some comic skaters. I can't believe it. I truly
I've been
can't
drinking,
believe it.
so I'm trying not
You're
to.
numb to it. I was just arguing with. I was trying to explain. They're like, we think this is wrong. What John is doing. John is putting pressure on people. He's putting pressure on creators. Isn't that what SJWs do? Don't they put pressure on people?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just like, you guys, do you understand what Comicsgate is? I feel like people have fallen under the impression because we've had easy times lately. And you know what they say about easy times and what kind of men easy times make? Do you understand that John Malin and I have been blacklisted, shunned, persecuted? You know, we basically worked really hard to make this comfortable scene that you're experiencing right now, that you're this nice calm water that some of you are swimming in. And then what happens is this. Comicsgate is basically ultimately about political persecution and discrimination. Okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's
Otherwise, why
this is
be?
happening.
Yeah. Otherwise, why be here?
Why are you here?
If you're not making a stand about something, then why be here? Just be in the
John, because people just want to make comics. John, that's why. Well, go make comics. Comicsgate has a very distinctive purpose, which is to be able to make comics in spite of political persecution. Okay, it's not just being able to make comics. You can do that. It's being able to make comics in spite of persecution. We are an activist group. Oh my God, that's what we are. We're a political activist group in the comic book industry. John, they told me John is being. What did they say to me? They say John is using social pressure, and that's what the SJWs do. You know what, John? You know what I think you're doing? I wouldn't call it social pressure, although what's wrong with that? I would say that what you're doing is exerting shame. You are shaming people. You are shaming comic skaters who are not behaving like comic skaters. And I think I've said 100 times, we need to bring a little bit more shame back into society.
For the last 5 years, John Malin has been the driving force behind Comicsgate's boycott of Kickstarter. Back in 2018, John was the artist hired by Richard C. Meyer to draw Jawbreaker's Lost Souls. Myers' campaign was denied by Kickstarter on April 9th of 2018, and that very same day, Richard Meyer put Jawbreaker's Lost Souls up on Indiegogo, where it would go on to earn over $400,000. Malin still holds a grudge, despite the fact that the book probably made far more money due to the controversy over the Kickstarter cancellation.
Yeah, my position has not changed on Kickstarter. What do you want? You've changed. I haven't changed.
Mine has. I lightened up, and I was even thinking a month ago, I don't know, maybe I'll try Kickstarter. Maybe it's time to expand out. And then they hired this new guy, and then immediately they do the worst thing I've ever seen them do. I mean, just explicit political discrimination immediately. And so, the boycott's back on. And I mean, if I can't get Comicsgate to just line up and be a part of this and make a statement for a week, I mean, it's only been 3 days, and we're encountering. What is Comicsgate for? What are you a comic skater for? If you can't do this, if they did this to Matt Barr, I'd be with them. I'd be with Matt Barr. If they did this to anyone in the chat, I'd be with them. If they said, "I'm sorry, you're a conservative, fuck you," I'd be with you. And I don't know what you think this is, but I'll tell you, John, I'm really like spitting mad over it. I had to come in here and yell at everybody here. So thanks for letting me.
So where is all this new vitriol towards Kickstarter from Ethan Van Sciver coming from? Well, according to Ethan, it's about this guy, Hans Schans, who wrote what some would call an anti-trans book called The Wise at Heart, that was recently taken down by Kickstarter, presumably for violating their terms of service.
And I got people going, yeah, but there are some people out there who want to make comics on Kickstarter because they have kids to feed. So did the fucking guy from Wise of Heart. He had kids to feed. He had a family to feed. And he got his comic book shut down for what? Because he was sitting there saying that gender ideology, is dangerous. And I'm making a comic book trying to explain that and blah, blah, blah. his comic book got shut down by Kickstarter again, and it's probably because of this new guy that they have over there. I'm sorry, the boycott has to be on, okay? And if you're not going to do it, John is, I'm going to do it, and the way that we're going to do it is we're just not going to promote Kickstarter. But I will tell you, like, the whole purpose of this is, look, we have to make a stand. When something like this happens, it's our fight. We have this wonderful, comfortable situation right now where we're successful because we fought situations like this effectively. And I need fighters. I need people who are like, yeah, you know what? Fuck them. We stand in solidarity with the guy who did Wise of Heart, who got his campaign taken down explicitly for political reasons. Therefore, we're not going to support Kickstarter. Now, if you have to go over there and get funded on Kickstarter, cool. I'm just not going to promote you. John says he's not going to respect you. Oh my God, that's the worst thing on the face of the earth.
Sacrificing for political action in Comicsgate is selectively applied. Back in January, another book entitled Agents of Hag by self-described TERF Nina Pally was removed by Indiegogo for violating their terms of service for hate speech. Nearly the exact same circumstances, the same political hot potato of content, and yet it didn't fit through the door of Comicsgate's wheelhouse.
You know, oh, you guys are persecuting small creators now, I guess. What are we doing here? It's absolutely infuriating to have to sit there and go, do you understand, like, John and I have empathy for this guy because he's going through right now what we went through, and so we want to stand in solidarity with him. And if that inconveniences you, I'm so sorry. Yeah. But I mean, this is what Comicsgate is. It's against political discrimination in comics. This is literally right in our wheelhouse. And I got people saying all the time, Ethan runs a cult and everybody just listens to what Ethan says all the time. They're all a bunch of robots. I can't fucking get them to not support Kickstarter, John, at 3 days after this happens. That's what a robotic cult Comicsgate is. I'm going, no, guys, now's the time to become a robotic cult. Now would be a good time for you guys to line up behind me and do exactly what I say. Let's not support this platform, the politically discriminated against a comic book creator. Oh, what is this, Ethan? This is abuse. John, I'm so angry I can't even tell you. I honestly, I'm cutting people off. I really am, and I don't care. Oh, you're dividing Comicsgate. You're drawing lines in the sand. Of course I am. Of course.
There's always that's just it. There's always been a line in the sand for Comicsgate. That was always part of Comicsgate. And the thing is, that guy who just got thrown off of Kickstarter, I don't have to change my position to support him because that's still my position. My position is still fuck Kickstarter.
As I'm making this video, current Comicsgate kings Billy Tucci, Graham Nolan, and Andy Smith all have open campaigns on Kickstarter.
So, you know, I feel bad that happened. But the Comicsgaters that are going to Kickstarter right now, you know, they're using him for content, but they're not pulling their campaigns. They're not doing anything in solidarity for that. So, you know, just like, okay, all right, what, you want my respect? You know, goddamn.
Hey,
whatever. You know, I'm just, you know, whatever. It's so fucking weird because my position has not changed at all, and now my position is not cool. For some of these, new CG, NU, like new metal.
Instead of being members of a consumer movement, Comicsgaters are now members of a political action group where your dues aren't paid on a monthly basis. Instead, you pay them by leaving money on the table by not using Kickstarter. Unless, of course, you're a Comicsgate king.